This is going to go on the blooper reel. Okay.
Hi guys, Larissa Butler here with the My Puget Sound Homes team. I am here with Miss Debbie McNeil, getting an inside scoop on lending behind buying a home. Okay, so this is a credit score. So go ahead and walk me through what this looks like.
Certainly. When we pull a credit report, you're going to get 3 scores. Each bureau reports a little bit differently, and you can see there's always 3 different scores. Lenders always take the middle score. So in this situation, this individual score would be a 592. This is eligible for FHA and VA financing, and this customer did get an online approval, just so you know. If we needed to increase the scores, this is what I was sharing a little bit earlier, that our system gives us the ability to show us what this customer would need to do to increase the score. Seems some of the loan programs we offer do require a little bit higher score.
So when somebody comes in, walk me through the process of what you do, kind of going through the process of getting somebody approved.
Well, there's 3 different ways a borrower can apply. I really like the one-on-one face-to-face application, but you can apply online or even over the phone, whatever they're most comfortable with. If they bring all their documentation into the application and we go over that with them, W-2s, tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements, everything, we can give them a full picture and we'll know everything up front. But we don't stop there. We input all the information, we run the online approval, we can print the letters if they come out all approved that way online.
So you can be approved right now?
They can right there on the spot. If they don't have all their documentation, we're always hesitant to just give you a letter based on verbal. We want to see that documentation. The one thing we do a little bit different, I've got the documentation, I've got my online approval, we're gonna go straight to the underwriter. That's the person who makes the final decision anyways. So we like to get that done up front. A lot of clients will come in, well, I have no money, I'm not ready to buy a home. With the down payment assistance program available through the state, we can lend them the entire down payment and even a small portion of the closing costs. And then hopefully with seller credit or a little bit higher rate contribute towards, we can assist you with the difference in closing costs as well. But it's a myth to think you have to have 20% down. So even if you don't qualify for the down payment assistance program and you do need to save for a while, wouldn't you rather know that up front?
Yeah.
And before you start saving, maybe you don't have to.
And then I know I hear a lot of people talking about getting gift funds from family and transferring that. Is there anything that people need to know about when that transfer should happen?
If you're doing conventional financing, it's really a lot smoother for the gift fund process because we don't actually have to get the donor's bank statements or anything. Those funds can be wired directly to escrow at the time of closing. There is no need to ever have gift funds in the account prior to the application or prior to the purchase and sale being written. That is something we will help you with. There are standard forms that must be completed and the bank statement requirements, and we will hold your borrower's hands and make sure it's done properly.
Okay.
One of the things that I also hear from clients is, well, I thought you had to be on the same job for 2 years. That's a myth. What we're looking for is a 2-year work history in the same line of work. Let's say, for instance, you just graduated from a 4-year college and have your degree in teaching. You're eligible for a home loan the first day you're on your new job. Your education count towards your employment history. It's fine to have a gap of employment. A lot of moms want to take a year off maybe after their child is born and then go back into the workforce. As long as you can prove there was a 2-year work history, that's all it takes.
And then what about with self-employed kind of people? What do they do?
That's a great question. That's a little bit more in depth. As we do require 2 years tax returns, we want to verify that the business is running, that it is profitable, and it can pay you to be able to make the payments on the mortgages, of course. So if you don't have a history of being self-employed, you can understand why we want the 2 years tax return.
Okay, so after then, say I were to come in and I'm looking to buy a house and you run my credit and I get the approval and I have all my documents, what happens like next?
That's my favorite part because once you've got the money part all done and they know what program's going to work best for them, then I get to take them back to you or their agent and present them. Here I've got a pre-approved borrower, here's their approval letter, they're all ready to start shopping.
Okay.
And then you get the fun part of looking for the home.
Yeah. We get to do
That's
that.
what they like.
Yeah. So really then their contact with you is checking and seeing if there's houses that match their financing or how much the payment might be.
Correct. What I do is, up front, we go ahead and give them what the cost is to borrow, make sure they've got all their finances in line. And then when we discuss the price point and go back to you, when you find a home that you think they're gonna be interested in, either you will reach out to me or the borrower will, and we'll be able to cross-reference and make sure that payment's exactly what they're expecting. We don't like surprises down the road. So we're in contact even after they're approved before they've actually purchased.
I mean, I know that we talk all the time when I first bring in a client and they're looking to get lending, you know, something going on there. What are some of your favorite people to start working with though?
I think I pride myself in the first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
I love having the class taught once a month so they have an idea of what they're going to expect through the entire process.
Yeah.
But to take it from beginning to end and meet them, help guide them, and maybe if they're not ready today, that's okay. We'll wait and we'll work with them, and when they're ready, we're ready. We're at our approval.
And so I guess to clarify that, so there's banks, there's lenders, and underwriters.
Yes.
Can you describe the difference between the three?
Okay. The difference between a bank and, say, a mortgage company like myself or
Yeah.
other types of lenders, the banks, the big brick and mortar, they're very good at banking,
Mm-hmm.
but mortgages is not their forte. It's not their top line
Okay.
that they work with. So you'll find the difference where you get bogged down in their system because it's
A little
not,
bit slower.
they aren't
Yeah.
doing it on a daily basis like we are and the volumes that we do. Most lenders today have what they call centralized processing, centralized underwriting,
Okay.
but those people are hired and that's their job and their job only. So they know all the programs and keep it together for us that way.
Okay. When you kind of do that process, I know sometimes people feel very nervous, right?
Yes, they
About
do.
getting the process started and about actually finding houses.
Mhm.
But a lot of times that nervousness starts with the lending side.
Yes, it does.
So walk me through that, what that kind of looks like when somebody does meet with you
Okay.
and kind of how early that should be.
Even if you're just thinking of buying a home
Mhm.
and you may feel like you're not ready, but if you sit down with us and let us help you and guide you, we'll put you on a program that it may be a 3-month to a 6-month time frame. That's okay. But I think the biggest fear when people apply is their credit.
Yeah.
And most people have never had a full credit report ran with all 3 bureaus. And so when we can actually do that together, review it together, and if there are instances where maybe they're not ready today, we have the ability to help them and guide them so that they know everything up front and where they need to be. I'm Debbie and this is Greg. We're with
Hello.
Movement Mortgage and we're here to give you information on the home buying process and what we can do to assist you.
Any questions at all about financing, we're here to help. Down payment, credit scores, anything you've heard on the internet, we can debunk for you. But we are fully transparent and tell you how the whole process works, and look forward to talking to you.
Thank you guys so much for watching with Debbie and Greg, who's now run off somewhere. If you guys have any questions at all, Debbie and Greg are always available. So just shoot them an email, shoot us an email, we can connect you. And
Hope you found the information valuable, and like you said, we're always available to assist you with anything you may need. We do have a homebuyer class once a month, the last Wednesday. Keep that in mind.
hope you guys are having an awesome day. See you guys
Thanks.
next time.
Bye.